And here we go, ready for a real freak fight, a real crossover battle between Tommy TNT Fury and Eddie the Beast Hall. What an intriguing contest this is, because there has always been question marks behind Tommy Fury's boxing ability, and in this one he faces a real big puncher, a real strong man, in fact one time the world's strongest man, Eddie Hall. So it's very interesting to see what will happen in this one. My personal belief is Tommy Fury will have just enough to evade and be busy enough to get the win against Eddie Hall, but at any moment that punch can land from Eddie Hall and get him the win. This is much different than the previous fights I've seen Eddie Hall in. We've seen him in with 4. He started quite positively in that fight, but then did fade, which will leave question marks around his cardio. But over on Instagram, someone pointed out to me about Tommy Fury's potential cardio issues. He's not been in the ring in a long time, and it can be difficult to shake off ring rust. So maybe if the fight goes long, Tommy might also start having troubles in that department. As the first round draws to a close, not too much happening, Tommy being a bit busier, so I imagine he will pick up that round. And Tommy Fury just with a 1-point lead off of the first. But it's a real exciting night of fighting we've got over there on the Misfits. Now, the boxing purists probably are not too much into this. I look at this as something different. I don't look at this as a night of elite high-level boxing. If you're looking for that, go elsewhere. There's other good fights on that weekend. We'll go over them soon, but that's not what you're going to get here. This is all about entertainment, freak fights, 2 guys, not the best ability, going in to try and can each other's head in. For me, that's a fun time. It might not be your kind of thing, but we do have some real... I think this is one of the best Misfits cards I've ever put together, to be honest with you. So we've got Jade Jones. She's taken on Feda Kieta. I am not too familiar with her, but Jade Jones, obviously a well-established Olympian, looked really good in her fight before, so I look forward to seeing her out again. The IB for Final Boss, he will be making his boxing debut and Misfits debut against Jordan McCann, who in the build-up took a cheap shot, a real cheap shot in my opinion. I didn't like that move. I thought it was a dirty move. Could have ruined the fight. He threw that cheap shot at Big Stacks, the man he's not even fighting. It was very strange. He was friends with him 2 minutes before and then landed that shot on him. Very strange. We also have Big Stacks. Oh, Eddie Hall goes down. He could be out. Struggles back to his feet. It's hard to get a carcass that size off of the ground, but he's managed to do it there and has actually pushed forward, so that's a good sign from Eddie Hall. I don't think he's too damaged despite the long time he was down for. But Big Stacks will be taking on arms. Really look forward to seeing Big Stacks get in there. I think he's got a great gimmick, you know, the hardest man, although took a little bit of a dent. But getting in there again, that's going to show people that maybe he is Britain's hardest man, and I'm hoping that Big Charlie Stacks, he gets the win against arms. Obviously, it's hard to say and make predictions. I will leave that usually to the C64, but I have my favourites in these. Swarms versus B Dave. Really like this fight. Really like that it's been put on the card, because there's a lot of guys showing up in Misfits for the first time, but these are 2 guys I do really associate with Misfits. And Misfits, it's kind of really rapid, and I think that's the social media nature. 1 minute it feels like it's doing really well, the next minute it feels like they could go out of business. Maybe it's not that deep, but these are 2 guys through the highs and the lows have been there. Swarmed against B Dave. 2 10-7s there for Tommy Fury and a 10-10. So Tommy Fury really starting to establish that lead, but we do know at any moment Eddie Hall can uncork that right hand. Or I remember it was a lead left that he kept catching full with, I believe, or possibly a lead right, but it was definitely the lead. and he got 4 down a few times there. So if he connects on Tommy, there's a good chance he goes down. He's not quite the man mountain that 4 is, but better boxing defence, so that could definitely help him. Also, this is a real fun fight. Anthony Taylor taking on Matt Floyd. That is one I'm really looking forward to. Anthony Taylor, shoe up in the Misfits, not really known too much before that. Fought the man in the main event, Tommy Fury. Caused him a few problems. Didn't make Tommy look good. And he don't really make anyone look good. He always fights with his heart on his sleeve and gets in there. And he's a smotherer and a bit of a spoiler. But he likes to get up close and personal and put it on the man. Matt Floyd, very dangerous man. I'll be tipping him up in this. But it will be a fun fight. And obviously, this one, the main event, Tommy Fury against Eddie Hall. Now, earlier in the week, over on my Instagram, I put out a little concept poster of what if, and hear me out on this one, Tommy Fury gets knocked out by the beast, Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall knocks him out, early doors maybe, real statement piece. And then lines up for that Tyson Fury fight. Now we know Tyson, he's looking for something to keep him busy, keep him fit, active and motivated. But probably not too much of a challenge from the names that we've heard battered about. Mainly Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Me personally, I think if Eddie Hall beats Tommy Fury, that fight is very intriguing. Is super intriguing and could do colossal numbers. And even if he beats Tommy, I think it's fairly low risk for Tyson. So the most perfect fight for Tyson Fury, because it's going to be very hard for Fury to go in there with a Marius Wack or a Christian Hammer or whoever. I know, I'm sure he's faced Christian Hammer, but whatever. It's going to be hard for him to go in there with a job guy, a Michael Webster, and then go fight Anthony Joshua. The paydays are going to be nowhere near the same. 3 10-7s for Tommy Fury there. So, and I think we're entering the final round here. So Eddie Hall is going to have to push forward and get the knockout. But yeah, so for them reasons, I think that fight could become a thing off the back of this. If Eddie Hall, maybe not, if Eddie don't need to win, maybe he's just got to look good. But we do know to win right now, he is going to need a knockout. He is pressuring. He does look like he's up the work rate. He's saved some for the final round, which I don't know if he'll be able to do in the real fight, but he has done it right here, as there is only 30 seconds. But I highly recommend everyone check out the Zone, check out the Misfits boxing, and it is always a fun night. As Eddie Hall catches Tommy Fury and puts him down briefly, only for a moment. Tommy quickly back up to his feet. We also have Bam Rodriguez fighting Vargas this weekend. You will want to check that out. I'll give that a quick mention before we go. Rodriguez vacated all of his titles. Very interesting move before a big fight. Maybe couldn't afford the sanctioning fees. As we come to the end of this fight, and it's a Tommy Fury win. There is no way Eddie Hall can win the fight. He got the knockdown, didn't push quite hard enough. Let's get the verification. We know Tommy Fury's won. The question is, what are the scores? 172, 144. Your winner by unanimous decision, Tommy Fury. That is your C64 prediction.